Hello, good people. Nice to be with you again. This is your program, Citizens Voice, and I'm glad to know you are there, ready to speak out, ready to speak up. As usual on this program, we allow you to say whatever is on your mind. The condition is that you keep your language decent. I am Ambrose Ezewane, glad again to know that you are there. And so what do we have to talk about today? Open-ended, whatever it's on your mind, looking around your street, around the country, or your local government, that thing that strikes you. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? All are loud on Citizens Voice. All you need to do is to dial the number we'll show you soon on the screen and call to tell us what is on your mind. Of course, we expect it to be objective. In other words, you say it as it is. I'm sure you are ready. Looking around us, many things are happening. Every day, everything happens, yes, somewhere, somehow. And you may want to talk about that. We just want to jog your memory. We've been talking about cleaner Lagos. It's still a major issue. You see, they say health is wealth. Now, if you live in a clean house, your own house, your flat, if you like, is clean, but you leave your house, the next thing you step onto the streets. If the street closest to you is filthy, you do not have a healthy environment. You are still prone to danger. And that is why the Cleaner Lagos initiative is important to us. What do we see around us? What is happening to the cleanliness of the city? So we want you to reflect. Maybe look back June or May and look at now. This is August. Will you say your own area is cleaner in pursuance of the Cleaner Lagos initiative? If it is not, we'd like to hear from you because it concerns all of us. It concerns all of us. Health is wealth. And if our environment is dirty, we are not safe, talking about health. Okay? That's what we want to know, and to remind the authorities through your voice that they need to do certain things in certain places. Last week, people complained of the filth in the Kotun area is still an eyesore. And in so many other areas, people called to talk about it. We want to see, is there an improvement? You are the one to tell us. You are the one to let the government know what the situation is around you. Okay, so think about that as you contribute to Citizens Voice today. It might be one of the things you want to talk about, the cleanliness of your own area, where you stay or where you work. We'd like to hear, we want to get a feedback on that. We want to talk about security of the country. We want to talk about politics. Well, you define what to say. But let's show you the numbers now. Can we have the numbers on the screen for our callers, please? I know we have two lines. You can call either and talk to us. Call either and talk to us. I don't know if you've heard that the National Assembly is also working on a bill, the Counter-Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Bill 2018. The idea, in summary, is that anyone who supports terrorism or abates it in any way will get 25 years in prison. No option of a fine. No option of a fine. Let me spell out some of the things that will make the person a victim or a culprit. In addition to establishment of national counterterrorism, the bill recommends 25 years jail term for physical acts and intents of terrorism, terrorist meetings, that's you having meetings with them, provision of instructions or training for terrorists, if you do that, harboring or hindering arrest of terrorists, and concealing information about terrorists, among others. Those are some of the major points that could make someone guilty. If you are harboring them or training them or abating them, giving them information or concealing information about them, that law, if it becomes law, will catch up with you. And it is 25 years in prison for terrorists and those who support them in any of these ways. What do you say about that? 25 years, no option of a fine. Do you think that will help us or not? You may want to talk about that. And of course, the deployment of the military to Zamfara to stop the killings. That sounds like a welcome development. These are some of the things you may want to talk about, but don't forget your own environment is also included, and we cannot tell you what to say about your environment. It is what you see that what is happening. People will not be served by government if the people themselves are not ready to be served. One of the ways you will be ready to be served is to speak up and speak out. Tell them what is happening, what you know, what you see around you, and they will take some action. They will take some necessary action. On this program, we've talked about some potholes in some areas of Lagos, and in the next 2 weeks or thereabout, some of them were fixed. And that's what the kind of reactions and feedback we want. So, can we have the numbers on our screen, please? Let's have the numbers so that our callers can dial and talk to us. They can dial and talk to us. The defections in the parties is also an interesting one. You've seen some developments, people moving from one party to the other. Others have said it is good for our democracy. Some others says no, it is backed by selfish motives. You may want to say something about that too. Is Lagos cleaner now? That's the question we're asking you. It's very important to us, as I said, because our environment is important. We pray we don't have any epidemic, but if we do, what we have in Lagos now could be a disaster. So let's talk about it for some time, but that's not restricting you. Whatever else you have on your mind, please let us hear. The numbers are on the screen now. We're waiting for our first citizen to call today and tell us what you have on your mind. The problem of PHCN, or yes, PHCN, is still there in many areas. People are still complaining, or they call it estimated bills, still coming their way. And those who are now lucky to have their prepaid meters are singing a new song. It's like somebody freed from detention. Anyway, that's the situation. But if you want to say something again, of course, you must have heard during the week, I think the government is tinkering with the idea of reworking the setup they have now for the power distribution system, maybe reorganizing it or taking over. And the private investors are even saying, please come and take it over, because we are tired. They claim they've been making losses since they took over. I don't know how it works. I'm not in that system. But with the estimated bills and the obnoxious ones coming our way, that's the way of consumers, I don't know how they could be making a loss. I don't know. That shows that something is wrong somewhere. Anyway, you may want to talk about that if you have some information. And those are some of the things we could talk about today on this program. Okay? So we're waiting for our first caller. Is Lagos cleaner now? That's looking back, maybe 2-3 months back. In your own area, or where you work, or where you pass through every day, what is the situation like? The idea is to let those who are in charge know that some areas are still being neglected in terms of cleanliness. Yes, some areas are still filthy. Ikotu came up on this program last week, and a visit to that place still shows that the situation is deplorable. At the center of the road, you see heaps, long stretch, and it keeps growing. We saw is it Lomana or who, but the truck was walking on the Egbe Road yesterday, clearing the refuse. But I think the greatest challenge they have is having a systematic way of collecting refuse. The citizens don't seem to know when they come to evacuate the refuse. And so you see that this night it is cleared, the next morning there's another heap. Nobody's sure really. So let us look at the issue on your screen. Of course, any other matter you have on your mind. The numbers are on the screen. We're waiting for our first caller. Don't forget also, you can talk about politics. And I was expecting, do we have something to play back now in terms of reminding the people of something? If we do, please let's have it now. I think somebody is on the line. I think somebody else is on the line. Hello? 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 I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Aha, how are you? Hello? Oh, I think that call is gone. Maybe some technical hitches. I think that was a woman on the line. It sounds like a lady's voice. Please try and call us again, and let's hear what you have to say. You can discuss any other subject apart from what we have on the screen, but that's a major issue for us because we would like the government or the authorities in charge to take note that Lagos is filthy. Lagos is filthy, and it's not safe for our environment. It's not safe for the people. Think of the population in Lagos. Should there be an epidemic, what will happen with the level of filth we have in the society? And I think it is the duty of government to come out and tell the citizens why the situation has changed, so that they may be able to appreciate what's happening. I have Akim calling from Bagada. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday I passed through Oshodi.
Okay.
And the downside they are now working now.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I know Oshodi okay.
Okay.
Very, very dirty. They've not cleared anything there.
All right. As at yesterday.
As of yesterday.
Okay.
So when I left there, I passed Mushin. I don't know whether you know Mushin Joe very well.
Yes, yes.
Along the road.
Mm-hmm.
They've not parked it at all.
Okay. Okay.
So the whole places are still dirty.
Okay.
Please,
all right.
let them work on it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Thank you very much, Citizen Akim.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice day. Citizen Akim is talking about Oshodi. As at yesterday, he said the pass through Oshodi is still very dirty. The pass through Idioro Mushin axis still dirty. One thing I know about the Idioro Mushin axis, because I pass through there almost on a daily basis, is that I think they have devised a way of clearing that place at night. Because if you pass there around 11 or 10:30, you will see the trucks. And that's probably because it's a market area, which is always very, of course, filthy. So I think they've decided to do that because at that time you see the trucks. You see the trucks working. I think 3 days ago, yes, I still saw them my way back, and they were doing the work. I think that is a strategy for that market area to clear the refuse at night. But of course, being a market area, by the time the next day comes, it's almost filled up again because the people living around there, that's outside the market now, use that opportunity to dump their things. That was the day I witnessed maybe a task force person arresting a young girl who came to dump something there. Yes, that was in the afternoon anyway. So the important thing is to note the areas that are not clean yet so that government can do something or say something. So, do we have something now? Okay, so we'll just jog your memory a bit and take a listen at this, and we'll take it up from there after.
To be frank and sincere, during Fashola time, I think it was cleaner than now. When Ambode took over, we maintained that status for some period. That period, he dissolved care. The date is still come up again. And just recently we saw this Clean Lagos back to the street, and they concentrate mostly on the major street, not in the close like this place we are standing.
It's not clean because it has been long they have come to fight dirty. It's not clean at all. You can see mosquito is everywhere. Everywhere we have been treating malaria for our children. It's not that clean. So we don't know what is wrong. Improvement at all. No improvements.
They have not been packing the dirt every time. They will fill it up, everything will be there, full of rats, full of rubbish, and we'll be paying Loma bill every time. They won't come and pack it. Since 2 months ago, they have never come to our area. The things are there. And at the end of the day, they will bring a very high bill for us to pay. That's just the situation concerning the environmental something. Then our roads is not okay. It's not well tied, and the gutters are not, the drainage are not working. So they are not working. So that's just the situation.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
All right.
So
they've not been coming to pack our refuse for the past 2 weeks or so, or even more than 2 weeks now. So the compound, even if you go to our compound now, you will see a lot of refuse and all that. So everywhere is just messed up. So there is no, we don't know what is happening to them. At times they will just bring their vehicle, they will pass, they will not carry the dirt and all that. So if you look around, check all the streets, you will see a lot of refuse just packed up at every corner. So that's what I can say about that.
okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Well, when it comes to sanitation and cleanliness of the states, I think this present government is not doing very well. They've done well in other areas, and we must commend them. But in that particular area, they're not doing very well. And why some may argue that the new people handling sanitation are doing quite well, I personally have a problem with the way it's been done. You know, sometimes I give a scenario where you see them doing their normal cleaning job during the day, and they are causing lots of traffic. You know, and that's, for me, that's poor logistics. These things could be done at night. You know, there are better ways that you could do your job effectively and yet not, you know, not cause and stampede. You know, and you know the traffic situation in Lagos, so that should be properly managed. So that's what I think.
About the cleanliness of Lagos. What we'll ask them is, Lagos clean now? Now, I'm sure you heard the verdict there is that no, Lagos is not cleaner. It's not cleaner. But I'm happy they did say that the government is doing well in other areas, but in this particular area of cleanliness of the city, they are not. And that looks like the fact. It's not to say the government is not working. We are talking specifically about cleanliness. The constructions, fantastic. Other aspects, beautiful. Cleanliness of Lagos is thumbs down. Thumbs down. Okay, and that's what matters, because if people fall sick, the facilities you are building may not be enjoyed. If they are not healthy, they will not even see what you are doing. So health is key. Health is key, and a filthy environment cannot guarantee good health. And that's why we are concerned, and that's why we are concerned, and the government should be concerned. Of course, you heard somebody there talking about what it used to be in the past with the Loma. So people are also asking, why the change? Something that was working for us, why do we have to change it? That's the question. If you must change, then it must be for the better, not for the worse. And that's our concern too. Why are we not cleaner? We should be cleaner, especially as we aspire to become a mega city. But what we see on ground now does not even happen in the villages, I can assure you, because they have their own way of cleaning. They have ensured that if you need fresh air now, go to the village. Go to the village. The city is losing that battle. Okay, the lines are back on your screen. Let us talk. Whatever is on your mind, if it's about a cleaner Lagos, let us hear. Something else, let us hear. Just keep your language decent. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. Either of the numbers will do. Just dial and talk to us. The lady who first called, please, if you can call again, we would like to hear what you wanted to say. So, those are the corridors of power, the cleanliness of Lagos. Work out a system. And I keep saying, if Loma got it right, why don't we go back to that template? Is there anything wrong with that? It's a continuity, it's a government activity. If Loma got it right, we should be able to talk to Loma, if nothing is on ground to study, and say, how did you do it? How did you do it? I know they are still handling the medical waste, and I don't think we're having issues there up to now. So, why are we having issues on the other side? Ifeanyi, you are calling from Mafuluku. How are you?
Yes, they are trying, but they need to put more effort. Especially this our side now, they are not trying enough as there was doing before. So they have to put more effort, please, so that we can have a living places.
Okay.
That's my own effort.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ifeanyi. Brief and simple. They have to put in more effort. They're not doing enough talking about cleanliness of Lagos. So everybody is saying the same thing. Everybody is saying the same thing. Okay. Now, when you call, we would like you to be specific. That's where you live or where you work or where you pass through. We would like you to mention the area. You just called from Mafoloku. Maybe you want to say which side of Mafoloku so that the authorities can take note and pay particular attention to that place. You remember last week, somebody pointed out that the Toyota area under the bridge is becoming a danger point. He said 2 people have been killed there so far very early in the morning. And we asked the security agencies to take note. Hello, Patrick.
Park inside the gutter. The people who are close to the express, every evening they park this in the express. Let me say for the past 2 or 3 months, in our street, there's nothing like cleaning or something from Loma or from anywhere. So people are just looking for. This morning I was looking for even this Kwele. But one of my co-tenants was telling me that these Kwele people, they also park on the road. So we stop it. And we don't know how to dispose of this thing. So it's just too bad.
Okay, okay. So
that's what I have to say. When do you let the Lagos people know about that?
When last did you see the truck in your area parking dirt? Oh, Patrick has gone. Okay, okay. We want to know. That's Ijesha. Okay, we'll get more specific. Ijesha is an area, an entire area. But it talked about people dumping refuse on the highway. Yes, we know that. That's where what happens. All major highways, you see filth everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. I don't know if it's a factor of residential neighborhood. That is where you live and the lifestyle. Someone has said that you don't see refuse heaped on the roads at VI or CMers, apart from the market areas. And I did go around, checked, and found that that is true. So that could also be a function of lifestyle, how we live. We don't know how those who live in VI dispose of their refuse. We've not been to their houses, but we might want to look at that and see if there's a factor in that. But our own attitude matters too. That's why I begin to think that there's some reasoning in that. We'll come back to that. Femi is on the line. Hello, Femi from Agboru. Hello, citizen Femi.
Yeah, I'm calling from Agboru.
Okay.
This people in Agboru, yeah, some people normally wake up in the morning and go and throw the dustbin inside canal, but that was not good. We cannot stay in our street. They're not coming to our street at all.
Hello, Femi. You say you people dump your own in the canal?
Yes, some people, yes.
Okay, that's what you do there?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is not good.
Which is not good.
Yes.
Is it because the authorities don't come to your area to carry away the dirt? That's why you do that?
Yes.
They don't come at all?
At all.
Okay, Agboru side.
Yes.
Okay, what of the cart pushers? Are they still working in your area?
They are not working our street at all.
Okay, so meanwhile you dump it in the canal?
Yes.
Okay. Is it that you live in the interior, or that is what happens all over at Agboru?
That's what happens in some places at Agboru.
Okay, some places.
Yes.
Do you have some areas where the trucks come and pack the, evacuate the debris?
That's inside Agboru side. That's Agboru inside.
Okay.
And your boss, like at the bottom now, yes, they have their business there. But our own street, our own place, there's nothing like that.
Where is your own place now in Agboru? What's the name of your area?
So, Pipeline.
Pipeline, okay. Pipeline, okay. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about that. Thank you very much. Thank you. So Femi from Aboru, he says he lives on the pipeline area, and they've never seen the trucks that evacuate the refuse. They've never seen. So what they do is to dump their refuse in the canal, which he says he knows is bad. That's an honest Nigerian. He knows that thing is bad, but that's the only way out for now. Otherwise, the things will heap up there. That's what it means. So, Visionscape or Loma, whoever is in charge of such areas, Agboru area, pipeline area, not attended to. Citizen Umaru.
Hello, good morning, sir.
How are you?
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. You're welcome.
Hello, thank you very much. Good
yes,
morning, sir.
You are calling from Ijesha.
Ijesha.
Okay, what area of Ijesha?
Of Omilani. Omilani Street.
Omilani, okay.
Omilani in Ijesha.
Okay. So what's happening there?
And I want to complain. My complaint is about the road, number 1.
Okay.
The Omilani Road, that is where the chairman of the local government pass every day.
Okay.
Immediately there's a heavy downfall in Ijesha like this. There's no road along that Omilani. He has a wife opposite Omilani there. He has a way, his wife is living there. And he passed through that place. When he saw that there's a downfall like that, he followed inside the street and cut off the back side. I have a car, my car is bad now. So the name of the local government area there is Irekati.
Okay.
Omilani is very close to Irekati. From Omilani to Irekati is just a stone through. I don't know what is happening. I don't know, maybe Lagos State government is aware of Irekati. The chairman passed through that place every day. The Omilani road is very bad road. Are you hearing me?
Yes, yes.
Then number 2, the so-called people that carry the refuse. For more than 3 months now, they have not been coming to Ijesha. I live around Omilani there. There is nothing like packing of the refuse. It has been dumped there for a very long time. Okay. If you go around Ijesha from Ijesha Road, you will see dirty everywhere. We use cat pusher to throw away our dirty.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
All right.
The factor there is that I don't know why you pass through Back Road. A chairman of Ikire State local government passing through Omilani every day, and you know that the road is very bad. And you have a car passing through there, you have a girlfriend or your wife there, and you see that it's a very bad road, and you're looking at the road. Number 2, the adjacent road, the project has been abandoned. This is the second time they are awarding the gutter, the construction of the road to a contractor. They have abandoned it again now. You cannot pass from Ijesha Express to Adesina to the council headquarters. All those roads I'm talking about linked to the council headquarters. So please, I'm begging you, I'm begging with you. I want Lagos State government to take note of that area. Ijesha is the center of Tuliri, it's the center of Lagos. I live there.
All right.
Please, that is what I call you for.
Okay, thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, Citizen Umaru. Thank you very much. He's painted a very graphic picture of what is happening in that area, the bad roads, refuse collection, zero, and he even knows the chairman of the local government, which is not very common. Many people don't know their chairman, but he knows the chairman, and he even tells you how he moves. Okay, well, we don't have to say it, you know, all over. I believe the decision makers are listening, and so we should not translate. They've heard it directly from the citizen living in that area, and I think it's a cause for concern. The picture he's painting can easily be assessed by those in that area, even by the local government chairman. So if he's painting a picture that is not on ground, you are in a position to say, and you are free to call and say what he has just said is not true, or it's very true. So action is what we ask for. Hello, Citizen Ogechi.
Yeah, Makoluku area.
Okay.
Now, I want to complain, number 1, on the road. The road in Makoluku is something else, especially in front of my street. The one in front of my street, Olaiya. So everything, there is no, there is erosion. There is no place for motor to pass. Even here, you cannot pass there. And another one, the one at St. Jude Catholic Church, Mapoluku roundabout, that side in continent. The local government, they are not doing their work. It comes to debt. Loma, they are not coming again to pass the dustbin, and they are breaking bills. They are paying for bills. They are not seeing them. They are not coming to pass the debt that you are paying for. So I think the government, they need to do something. They need to act fast, because if time is not taking, everything, this Lagos State is going to something else, going to turn to something else. That they are not dumping dustbin everywhere. Please do something.
Okay, Chi, where do you pay bills? You said they bring bills. Loma brings bills. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, Chi, are you there? Okay, she's gone. I wanted to ask the bill, because if the people don't come, how do they bring the bills? Okay, but you've heard her. Olaiya Street, very bad, very bad. The one by St. Jude, also Mafuluku, off the airport road, that is very bad, very bad. Refuse collection also zero in that area. So you see, it's like the same picture everywhere. And the question you now ask is, where are these people working? Where are they working? You've heard that in Aburu area, pipeline area, they've never seen a truck come to evacuate the refuse. They've never. So what they do is they dump their refuse in the canal. That's the only way out for them for now. Isn't that something the government should look at? It's a big work, but it can be done because it's been done before. Hello, Citizen Samuel. All right, Samuel. Yes, go on.
Please, so we might to decide. We are having issue with drainage and mostly let me just talk about the health center there.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
The fact that they don't work regularly on weekends. And those, like I have a wife who have registered there, and when we start for us to go there, because they are not regular over there, they couldn't really go there. We have to organize people. So they work from Monday to Friday, Saturday they don't work there. So we have to look for other people first to give them in that industry. So we are having to that. And again, when it comes to waste and eating, we do around the Malibun, Ogoroso. Refuse are just, even in front of the street, we find refuse there, they are just too much over there. Like you don't even come around, don't know. So this vision escape, I don't know what that means. So I don't think they're doing that job over there. So I want the government to do something about that. And it's either in the center, it's not just in Western at all. I don't know why you said a family center, which is not what is that going to do? As a daily or something like this, but going to the center is there. So when you take people where you find people, they are not working 24 hours. So how do they cope with their patients? And it's not really helping, it's not really helping. So we don't need to work on that too.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. Thank you, Citizen Samuel. From Ikorodu is mentioned the health centers in this area, Gulunto and others. Poor facility, not well equipped, and people struggle to get health care. Well, that's something the ministry should take note of. Primary health, very, very important, very, very important. And I know the government is emphasizing that. I think I don't know, but I think the problem is supervision. There are people in charge, people who should report the situation. Well, we don't have the details. We don't know whether they've made requests or reports and no action is taken. But it's not also impossible that most of them don't even, you heard him say that some of them don't come to work most of the time. So if they do not come to work most of the time, how do they know the situation on ground as to make a report? That's an issue. Our attitude could also be a problem. Citizen Paul, how are you? You are calling from Okota. Hello, Paul. Hello, Paul. Paul, are you there? Okay. So we talk of our attitude. When we talk of cleanliness, for example, our attitude. You eat something on the street, biscuit or whatever, you throw it on the floor, the wrapper. You don't care. You don't ask yourself, where is this going to end? And someone will tell you, people are sweeping the streets. That's why your job is now to make it dirty so that people can sweep. Part of our attitude, a wrong one, a wrong one. You drink your water or your minerals in the bus. The next thing is through the window of the vehicle, is thrown out. You're not even caring where it's going to end up. Attitude, our lifestyle. And you do it effortlessly. You don't think about it. But it's a wrong thing we are doing. Hello, citizen Julius.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome from Alagbado.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm calling on behalf of, there's one particular PSP.
Okay.
Crystal Clear.
Okay.
You normally share bills at Moshala at our area.
Okay.
But actually, they normally select the place that they will go and pick their refuse.
Okay.
And they are giving them bills.
Okay.
They are giving them bills there. I just have to inform the authority. They should do something about it.
No, wait, let's get you right. They are bringing bills and they are also collecting the refuse.
Yes.
Okay. So in terms of the collection of refuse, they are doing well.
No, they are doing well, quite all right about it.
Okay.
They are picking the particular houses they are going to.
Okay. Okay. But what is your worry about the bill? Is it that you think they shouldn't send bills or what?
But what we hear is that they should stop sharing bills, that they should be packing with.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
You are not sure that they are in a position to share the bills, but just to pack the waste while another agency or body will share the bills?
Yes.
What's the name of, you said Crystal Clear?
Yes.
Okay, Crystal Clear, okay. All right, thank you very much for that information. Thank you. But the good thing, he says, that they are actually doing the work of keeping the place clean. But he's worried about the bill aspect. So the authorities may want to investigate that. He says their name is Crystal Clear in his area, that's Alagbado area. They come to, evacuate the refuse, but they also distribute bills to those they serve. Now, on the surface, I said, that looks normal. They are working and they get paid for doing the work. But whether they are distinctly in position to share the bills, I think that's what Julius is asking. So the authorities should investigate that. But good news, they are doing the work. So in that area, Alagbado area, where Julius called from, it's not filthy. That's what it means. The area is not filthy because Crystal Clear is doing the work. Okay. Good news, at least for cleanliness of Lagos. For the first time on this program today, we've heard somebody who said there are people on ground clearing the refuse, just that they are collecting bills. They are sharing bills. Okay, so the authorities will want to investigate that and find out whether they are in position to do that. Godwin from Ojuelegba, how are you? Yes, Godwin.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm very glad to sit at home and witness these conversations about the PLC people.
Okay.
I worked at Ojuelegba.
Okay.
With number 3, Oludike Street, as a printer there.
Okay.
And Pataro stroke Ojuelegba stroke Isre Road. We have so many dirty there. Not that these people are not coming. They are coming, but what they are doing is not good enough.
Okay.
It pays us a lot because when they come, they will be picking those that give them extra money, not what they give as a bill.
Okay. Okay.
Are you getting me, sir?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
They will be demanding extra money before they will pack the load. And if you tell not to give that money, your dustbin, your refuse will remain the same. You will keep it there. And so those things now acquire people to packing dustbins on the road, even the express road and the inner street and the bus stop, any corner there, everywhere is filled up.
Okay.
So please, you people to help us and tell them to do right things. Right? We need to do right things in Lagos so that good things will follow us.
Okay. Do you know the name of the company in charge? Have you ever seen their van or vehicle?
We have about 3 vehicles.
Do you know what's written on them? What's the name on them? Is it Visionscape? Is it Visionscape?
Visionscape, three vehicles, different companies.
Different companies, okay.
Different companies.
Okay. All right.
So I will tell you that they are not booked to carry from this building. They are booked to carry this building. That is the language. Not that one will come and carry clear from the street, and the method whatever they are carrying. If you have a much load, they will not carry everything. They say that because they have a target, they will carry from there, they will carry from social place. That does it.
Godwin, how often do they come? Do they come every week or every 2 weeks or something like that? Can you tell?
They come every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks.
Okay, okay.
Every 2 weeks. And
okay. All right, Godwin, thank you very much. Calling from Ojuelegba, the Ture Road area. Okay, he's talked about the operations of the operators of the waste management system. About 3 companies, he says, come around every 2 weeks, but they are selective. They attend to those who pay them extra or who tip them, maybe. That is what we cannot ascertain here. That is also something the authorities, supervision is important. Monitoring is important when you give an assignment. How are they doing? Now, that's why this program serves you, because it allows you to hear directly from the people what they are going through. So in that area now, you hear that when they come, they select those who they attend to, because the focus is the money. That's part of corruption. Citizen Michael.
Yes, good afternoon.
You're welcome to Citizen's Voice.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hi, it's Alagbado.
It's fine, but dirty.
Okay, which area of Alagbado are you calling from?
Kola area.
Okay.
Alagbado.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, the situation has really been terrible. Almost every day I come out of the house, the whole area is actually filthy. And then these people have not been coming to the area to pick up our dead for over 2 months now.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Over 2 months now. Yes, go on, Michael. They've not come for 2 months now.
Yes, they haven't been coming. It's even more than that. More than 2 months. Yeah. I've tried my best to even visit their office to talk to them, but it hasn't been forthcoming. You need to pay a visit to that Kola bus stop, Kola Alakuko, the road leading to AIT. You will see what I'm saying. It's a nice stop.
You said you tried to go to their office to talk. Did you meet any official?
Yes, they complained that we have a standing bill. And so they cannot come over to pick our refuse.
Okay, okay. Outstanding bills.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's the situation of, we want the Lagos State government to do something quickly before there is an epidemic or some sort of emergency situation here. Because if this goes on, then the time is coming, people will start having, what is it called now, waterborne disease and the like.
Okay.
So I think the state government should do the needful.
All right. Thank you very much, Citizen Michael from Alagbado area. Okay, he's calling from the Kola area of Alagbado, a very popular place, and he says you can see things for yourself. If you go there, see what is happening, and you compare with what you've heard on this program. Again, I believe those who take decisions, those who are concerned with the cleanliness of Lagos are listening somewhere, somehow. And you've heard from the people all over Lagos. It's the same picture. I think we only have one different in Alagbado area too, where Julius called and said the agency is on ground, clearing the refuse, but they are bringing bills, which he suspects, might not be proper. That's the only positive we've had. Others have always complained of filth. Let's hear what Victor has to say from Sulere. Hello, Victor.
Yeah, I'm hearing you very well, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I want to say that the way that the normal people are working in Lagos State is not the way that we expected from the last government. So what I'm trying to tell is that in Isirika is one of the greatest states in the environment and the whole world.
Okay.
Whereby people are burning their dirty instantly on the street, and there's air combustion whereby the children and every other thing, they are not breathing very well.
Okay.
So that is number one. Number two, I want to tell the Commissioner of Environment that he should not be there to be eating the some money every month or every week. He should come down and check about the welfare of the people. Yeah, that's number two. Number three, that the governor himself should stop telling us that he's developing Oshodi. They are making people to be in extraordinary capacity, air pollution, air extravagancy, which is not good to the betterment of the people in the area, whereby the young people are going to the cholera and every other thing, whereby we are not living very fine. Even our food, everything is not safe. Even the vendors selling food for us, they are not comfortable with the food because of every dirty you see. You understand? That is what I'm trying to tell you, that is economic Ebola to everybody that is going to death. I'm just telling you the truth.
Okay. All right.
That if those three things that can be done, if three can Lagos is going to be safe, and nothing else is going to be happening. You understand? As I'm speaking to you now, if you haven't heavy downpour and rainfall in Lagos State, every street is going to be blocked by the deck from the gutter to the street, and whereby motor cannot move. You understand?
Okay.
So that's number one thing. So I hate what I'm seeing in Lagos State. This is my 15 years in Lagos State, whereby I don't see something happening in Lagos State. But for now, I know that I'm fed up of everything, whereby people, for example, this is the economic crocodile, and this is environmental capitalism, whereby it's not fair and every other thing. Then I say, it's nothing but the emotional capitalism for the people of the community.
Okay.
So that's what I just have to share.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Citizen Victor from Sulere is talking about, again, the filth everywhere, especially in Oshodi and his area in Sulere. So we cannot echo it any better. You've heard it directly from the people, and that's why this program is here, to hear from the people you govern, the people who voted you into power, people who gave you the mandate to serve them. Leadership is about service. And when you're serving, as you've heard, in some very other areas, Lagos is doing well. Lagos is working. But in terms of cleanliness, Lagos is asleep. That's what it means. That's what it means. And that's the picture. Because all you need to prove that is to go around, drive around, see for yourself. See for yourself. Your office is clean, the compound is clean. That is not Lagos. That is not the whole of Lagos. Go around and see for yourself whether the citizens are lying or not. But what we see on ground every day, it's not good enough for the mega city posture of this great place. Well, you've heard it. Various comments from different areas of Lagos. This focus has been on cleanliness of the city. The agencies are not up to the task based on what we see, and all you need to do is to re-strategize, look at it again, drop another plan, and see how it will work. Where we know it's working, we will say so. And I've said that from what we've seen, the Mushin axis that somebody talked about today, the Dioro Mushin axis, I think they've worked out a system where they evacuate the refuse at night. And that's working for them. So at night, they remove everything from the markets around there. It's a busy place, yes. But in other areas, what is the plan like? Do the citizens know when you are coming? Are they prepared? And we hear of bills now Who is sending the bills? Is it the collectors of the refuse that give the bills, or another set of people will come and give the bills? People need to be enlightened. Julius talked about an area in the Alagbado where they are working, the agency collecting is working, but he's talking of the bills. Can't the people know who should give bills? Should we even pay to Loma or to Visionscape directly? And then in other areas you heard of bribe. They only pack the ones of those who give them extra money. These are issues you need to tackle. Nobody else will do it. And so we ask the authorities in charge to please look into the situation of a cleaner Lagos, fix the loopholes, and let the city work again in that area. Let's have a cleaner Lagos. Let's have a mega city. Thank you again for the wonderful company. It's been another edition of Citizens Voice. God willing, we'll be here again on Saturday to hear from you what is happening in your area. I'm Ambrose Ezewani. Brighten up the face with some smiles, and if you see someone without any, give him one of yours. Bye-bye now.